Yo, what is up, YouTube? I'm back with another catch a monster. And this video I'm going to actually be talking about what kind of monsters you should be going for. Because a lot of people have been asking me like, oh, what should I be going for? A lot of people are trying to get like marigon, which yeah, obviously, yeah, if you can get marigon, then I would say go for marigon. But if you can't get marigon, then I really recommend you try to go for a different, easier secret monster. And that's what I'm kind of here to talk about, and how to get those monsters, how to get everything else, how to get the materials, and you know, how to use them in combat, I guess. So yeah, first off, we should go to the index. Some of you guys might not even have these guys unlocked, but that's why I do, and I can show you what to get. So first things first, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy, all practically useless because there's so much stronger monsters that these guys are just practically just existing. They're not good anymore, sadly. Now then, with that being said, the fire dragon Cannonellini is really trash. However, he is the fastest mount in the game, and you can get him over here. He is Robux, so you know, I'm just letting you guys know that now. But now then, after him, Hydrolope is probably the best secret monster to actually go for very early game, because all you really need is to be able to farm the Hydrobits in Neverland, which I will show you over here. Now I will say easiest is a bit of an it's a bit of an understatement, if you will, because well, not understatement, overstatement, because even after getting a good Hydrobit like these guys over here, you still need the Frostwyrm feathers. And if you don't know who Frostwyrm is, if you come over here, it's actually the boss from Spirit Branch, this guy right here, Frostwyrm. He drops these frost feather shards, which you need, I believe, 10 I think, 10 or 16, I forget, to evolve Hydrolope. Now that is where the tricky part starts. However, you can easily fix that if you just, you know, go in my description and join my Discord. I have plenty of people who play the game and plenty of helpers who will, you know, help you if you need help. Now, me personally, I'm going to show you a team to beat Frostwyrm by yourselves, hopefully. Let's see. So it is going to be a bit of an interesting team, because soloing Frostwyrm is easy in the sense of like, oh, he's an old boss, but he's hard if you are just starting off. So follow me, Spirit Grove. Frostwyrm is over here. He spawned just a bit ago. I would strongly recommend you use one of the new codes to get the newest egg. And if by any chance you get lucky enough to hit the 24% chance, not Rexie, Aether Panther, or Magmat, honestly, each one of those guys have a good chance on 1v1ing the Frostwyrm, because if you max out this B rank Aether Panther, he has 5 billion HP and he does 1.4 billion damage. So you should be able to 1v1 the Frostwyrm with just Aether Panther, if anything. Magmat, also a very good chance. If yeah, I'm gonna use the C rank for example. 10 billion, 500 million attack, so you might need someone else to back him up. Oh, I mean, I guess I could use the B rank, but yeah, it's not that much of a difference. But yeah, I'd really recommend using another monster to kind of back him up. Maybe a monster that like kind of gives shield or something like that. Let me see. But yeah, any of these other monsters are still good. I would say the worst monster in this little egg is probably going to be Rexie. Now Rexie isn't like terrible, he's just not as good as the rest of the monsters here. Oh, you know what, I lied. He's actually not bad. 9.5 billion HP, 1 billion damage. He's not bad, actually. He is not bad. So yeah, any of these guys are good. And if you get really lucky, you could get Steam Forge, which is the secret in this egg. what is it? You realistically, the monsters that you want are I would say Steamforge, which is the bottom left character, the bottom middle, which is Lunavox, Void version, and then the far right, which is Aether Panther. That's who I would personally want to go for. Now obviously it's all about chance and luck. You could end up getting, say, like the same 3 Rexies in a row. Like it's really down to luck. But yeah, that's how you would beat Frostwyrm. Is honestly the fastest way is to use the eggs and to like kind of fast farm that way. Now, if you don't have eggs, you probably have some pretty crappy pets, and for that reason, you are going to play the game raw. So basically, you're just playing the game without any codes, any help, any boosts, any like that. So that would mean you're probably going to have a rough time with Gildron. But once you actually catch Gildron, you can actually evolve Gildron pretty easily, and turn him into a Solron, which is this guy, who is pretty decently okay. Like, he's not bad. Let's see. The only thing I would say about Solron is he is easily out of the meta. He is just simply not as good as the other monsters on the list. So I wouldn't really recommend strongly to focus primarily on Solron. I would say Solron is a very good addition to you getting a Hydrolope and trying to evolve a Hydrolope. It's gonna be a grind, like I said, to get a Hydrolope evolution. But if you use the codes in my description, then you should easily be able to like get eggs and be able to hopefully get one of the monsters to just carry you the entire way. Let me think. Before this world is Tidevex, and I guess, what you could do as well is, if you can't beat Frostwyrm, try to go to Tidelands and beat Tidevex, and so you can try to get a better like Tidevex that can help you with your Frostwyrms. I guess that's something else that I would probably recommend. Yeah, Tidevex. Yeah, because another good thing about getting a Tidevex is if you get it to oh, this is pretty crappy stats, but if you evolve it, it turns into a Celestine, which is pretty decent. But yeah, so let me go ahead and stop there. Let's go. Okay, so after Hydrolope, right, say example you get Hydrolope. Now you're wondering, what do I do now? Well, unfortunately, it's going to be a huge pain in the ass to get a Scythewing, because you need a Dustwing, and not a Void Dustwing, no, a regular Dustwing. And those are really annoying to get because the event that had them is gone now. So if you don't have one, I don't really recommend getting a Scythewing because he's annoying to get. But that's fine. I will tell you a substitute in a second. Celestine, like I told you about, Tidevex and everything else. If you have a good Hydrolope with a shiny mutation on it, that's really all you really need. He is better than a Celestine, even if Celestine had shiny on it. That's my personal opinion. You can say what you want about it, but I still think Hydrolope is just way better. Now, I will say Celestine does have more AoE, but I still believe Hydrolope is just way better because of the 5 hitting attack. He has a higher damage ceiling. Now, Doomgator. I saw a lot of people talking about Doomgator because they always see them in the tier list and they're always like, oh my god, Doomgator is like probably the GOAT. Oh my god, he's so good. Da, 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 da. Well, sorry to break it to you. Doomgator is dog shit. He is buns. He is trash. He is really, really bad. But he is extremely meta for dungeons. He is decently statted, but his attacks, yeesh, 8-second cooldowns. But his passive is what saves him. So I'm really hoping in the next update they add someone who gives a better passive in the dungeon so that we can kick Doomgator off the list. But yeah, he is extremely booty. And if you don't know what Doomgator what you need to like evolve a Doomgator is you need an S rank. I didn't even know I had a shiny. You need an S rank, and you can turn that S rank into, or not an S rank, sorry. You need a Voltgator, and you can turn that Voltgator into a Doomgator. Let's see. I forget the materials you need for a Doomgator. Let me go look at that actually. So if you do want to evolve Doomgator, he is Draco Spike scale. So okay, so if after you gotten pretty decent amount of monsters, like example, if you get a Frostwyrm somehow, like you start beating the Frostwyrm, you probably have a Hydrolope by then. You probably have like an Aether Panther maybe. So with all of those guys at like level like, I don't know, 70, 75, I think you should be. No, you should be like level 70, I think. You can go ahead and you should be able to beat Draco Spike alone. Like, you should be able to. So that's how you get the scales. Draco Spike is on the Dragon's Breath Island. Not too hard to find. And luckily enough, Tidevex is also Draco Spike scales. So as soon as you're able to farm Draco Spike, then you are able to farm like for Voltgators, Tidevex, like a good bit of monsters, even Dustwings. Now that's if you actually find a Dustwing. Dustwings are a rare spawn on the Dustvale Isles, so you good luck with that. Voltgator is from a rift portal, so he's also pretty hard to obtain. So like I said, you good luck with that. Tidevex is probably your best monster to go for, because he's pretty easy to get. You just kill the boss, like you just kill the Tidevex boss and you'll get him. Pretty straightforward. Let me think. On the list, okay, Frostwyrm. Frostwyrm is going to be a huge pain in the ass to get, because if you weren't here for the admin abuse, they gave a free A rank Frostwyrm away. But you know, if you weren't here for that, then you know that sucks. But Frostwyrm, I would say give up on Frostwyrm for now. I would say wait until you're a bit stronger, and then you can try to do dungeons on hard mode, and that's the only other way to get Frostwyrm. Or you farm dungeon coins and try to get his egg in the daily shop, because this is another way to actually obtain him. This is also where you get the sky for the ball. But yeah, this is another way to like kind of get him. Ooh, electric amethyst. Another way to get him is like you get him in the rifts and everything else. Some of the eggs did have Frostwyrm in it, but he has like a 6% chance to drop from those eggs. So like I said, good luck with that. He is very good. I agree. But I really think there are a bit better monsters. But right now, because you can't really get a Void Lunavox besides eggs, I would say Frostwyrm is still pretty good. Now, Steamforge. Steamforge can only be obtained in 2 different ways, I think. He can be obtained in the Nightmare mode for dungeons, or he can be obtained through this egg, like I said. Steamforge is, in my opinion, pretty good. I like Steamforge. I just don't have him in a high rank, but I like Steamforge because he has very good moves. The 4-hitting fireball that boosts your attack, and the Blaze Blast, which is an AoE that gives shield to nearby enemies, and also the boss resistance damage taken to -25%. So he's also a decent monster in the dungeons, because you know the last boss, he can reduce damage by 25% and everything else. But he's not bad overall. I personally like him. Mintwolf. This is where we get into it. Mintwolf is a better Hydrolope, essentially. Mintwolf is an evolution of Mintwolf, and Mintwolf is a bit easier to farm for. He's a bit tedious, but he's a bit easier to farm for. You have to go to the same place you got Frostwyrm on that island, which is you know, Spirit Branch, I think. Not Spirit Branch, Spirit Isles or whatever crap. But yeah, on that island you have a chance to have a portal spawn, which you can a portal will spawn. You can go in there and you might have a chance to fight a Mintwolf. They are pretty strong, so you know, fair warning. But if you can beat Frostwyrm, then you should be able to beat Mintwolf. You do need 16 Thunderclaw scales, so that is the hardest boss in the game, which is the Thunderclaw. the hardest natural occurring boss in the game. He is like, I believe, like 76 billion HP or something like that. Yeah, he's pretty much a pain in the ass. For that one, I'd recommend trying to ask some people to help you, or you can go over here and go to the Spire shop and get some enhanced serums, which you can use on your monsters to make them stronger. Usually it's like 10 each for each monster. Sometimes it could be lower. It could be as low as like seven potions each. But you'd have to choose an old monster for that. Let me see. Where is he? Mintwolf. Actually, no, not even Mintwolf. I should be clicking like a Hydrolopee or something. Yeah. So if you were to enhance a Hydrolopee, it would only be 7. I strongly recommend you like enhance your monsters before you evolve them, because as soon as you evolve them, it's gonna cost more potential serums like to evolve them. So yeah, that's what I personally would recommend. If you've already evolved them, then it doesn't really matter, you know, just enhance them at that point. But yeah, index, sadly these 3 are unobtainable now because they were in the last updates, and you know, that's gone now. So unfortunately these 3 are unobtainable, and that just sucks. Avalanche Worm is the evolution of Frostwyrm. Thank God that you were farming him, right guys? Now you have a Frostwyrm evolution. So what do you need to evolve a Frostwyrm into an Avalanche Worm? Well, it's actually pretty simple. If you are at this stage, you should be able to beat Thunderclaws, Elytrons. 16 of these, and you know, 2 birds 1 stone. After you beat this guy, then you can evolve the other guy who needed Thunderclaw Elytrons. And if you get really lucky, then you should be able to beat him pretty easily, honestly. I believe it was, I think it was all water gems. I lied. What it could have been was all ice gems. I don't really remember too much, if I'm being honest. Here we go. Wait a minute. Boom, 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 boom. The 2. Okay, I think it's 2 water, the rest into ice, I believe. Yeah. It's 2 water and then the 25 ice gems. I believe this is the highest you can get. I'm not too sure. I might have to check back on one of my videos, but yeah. So these are the recipes. I will go through the recipes for all the monsters and leave them on the screen. But yeah, so this is Avalanche Worm's recipe, and you could get lucky first try. You could not be lucky, but if you are lucky, then you know, you might end up with this. Well, anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys need the codes, they're gonna be down below in the description. If you guys would like to, my Discord is open to everybody, and I try to have as many people in there as possible so they can help each other, play games with each other, and just overall do whatever they want in the server. Just have fun. The Discord is also where I talk to you guys the most. This is where I make my announcements, I drop the codes, I drop the leaks for the game, stuff like that, guys. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later.